Uber ride horror. Nursing student unalived inside an Uber after this happened. What really went down? This is a crazy title, gang, and I ain't gonna lie. 29K. Let's see, bro. Philadelphia, PA, December 31st. What did I say? 2024? Did I say 2024? 2024. Woo!
Kiana Sutton, a vibrant and determined 28-year-old woman, was known to those closest to her as Baby Girl, a loving nickname her father affectionately used for her, reflecting the deep bond they shared. Kiana was a bright, outgoing, and ambitious soul with her whole life ahead of her. Her friends often described her as loyal and selfless, always putting the needs of others before her own. She had a heart of gold, constantly making sure everyone around her was okay, whether it was offering a listening ear or providing support in any way she could. On the brink of a major life milestone, Kiana was about to graduate from nursing school, a field she had worked tirelessly to enter, and she was full of excitement and anticipation for the future. She had already secured a job at Children's Hospital and was looking forward to starting her career as a full-time nurse. With so much to look forward to, Kiana was also thrilled about purchasing her very first home, a symbol of her hard work and the new chapter that awaited her.
Oh, God.
April was just around the corner, and with her graduation fast approaching, her family and friends had begun planning a celebration to honor her achievements. As the year drew to a close, Kiana, like many, decided to go out and ring in the new year. But more than just celebrating, she wanted to ensure she was being responsible, especially when it came to her safety. Knowing the city could be chaotic on such a busy night, she chose not to drive, opting instead for Uber as a safer, more reliable way to get where she wanted to go. Unfortunately, little did she know that this seemingly small decision would end up altering the course of her life in the most tragic and unforeseen way, leaving her family and friends shattered. At approximately 11 p.m. on December 31st, 2024, Philadelphia police were called to the 5900 block of Ogons Avenue in response to reports of a devastating crash. When officers arrived at the scene, they were met with a harrowing and chaotic sight. A maroon Honda Accord had violently collided with a parked tractor trailer, leaving behind a trailer construction.
It was parked. They weren't even moving? What you mean?
It happened here at Nedro and Ogons Avenue in Albany just before 11 p.m.
The victim of the tragic crash was identified as 28-year-old Kiana Sutton, who was heart-wrenchingly pronounced dead at the scene.
Wow.
Kiana's life was taken instantly when her Uber driver collided with an 18-wheeler tractor trailer that had been parked along the bend.
How?
The force of the impact caused the vehicle to slide underneath the massive truck, resulting in catastrophic damage. Kiana, sadly, was killed on impact. The Uber driver, who was pregnant, sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was also transported to Einstein Medical Center for treatment. Though her name has not been released, her injuries were not as severe as Kiana's. As Kiana's family processed the heartbreaking news, they were left grappling with
If she driving and she crashed into something, how did the girl in the back seat get hurt more than the person actually driving the car in the front seat? How that makes sense? What?
A sense of loss and confusion. Her father, in particular, was left devastated, his mind replaying the events of that fateful night, desperately searching for answers. How did this happen?
Bro.
Why did it happen? What truly went wrong that night? In an emotional interview with news outlets, he shared the pain of his sudden and unimaginable loss, expressing the confusion and agony of losing his daughter so unexpectedly. How could someone take an Uber to be safe only to end up losing their life?
Oh God, that's wild.
He and Kiana had shared a deeply special bond. They were not just father and daughter, but also the best of friends. Now, in the blink of an eye, everything had been taken from him, leaving him to navigate a world without her. As the investigation continues, Kiana's family remains desperate for clarity, seeking to understand the series of events that led to such a devastating loss.
Was she going fast? Was she looking at her phone?
He says he's anxiously awaiting the findings of the investigation. And in the meantime, he keeps replaying one of his favorite voicemails from her that he had saved from a few years ago.
Wow.
Dad, it's your daughter. Answer the phone.
Now, even more meaningful.
I've been calling you all day.
Her voice lives on in his heart, a reminder of their unbreakable bond and her vibrant spirit.
That's crazy, bro.
According to investigators, the Uber driver was navigating a bend in the road just moments before the crash occurred. However, Kiana's family remains unconvinced by this explanation, demanding more clarity regarding the circumstances that led to such a devastating incident. They are desperate for answers, particularly regarding whether any charges will be filed in connection with the crash. Surveillance footage of the scene shows a flurry of emergency responders, police, fire department crews, and medics arriving quickly along Ogans Avenue. 1 week after the tragedy, the area still bears visible signs of the crash. Shattered glass littering the
hell,
pavement,
still there?
a grim reminder of the night that changed everything. Yet the emotional wounds run even deeper for those who love Kiona as they try to make sense of what happened, especially with the knowledge that there are signs posted along that very stretch of Ogans Avenue that read, "No truck parking on this street, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m." The truck crash, which was illegally parked on a
illegally parked there is crazy, bro.
Restricted hours, should not have been there at all. Adding to the frustration, another rideshare driver who had passed through the area just 15 minutes before the crash recalled feeling uneasy about the truck's position.
That's
the driver
wild.
explained that navigating around the parked vehicle was difficult as it obstructed the view when approaching the bend. This forced drivers to make a wider turn than necessary, creating a potentially hazardous situation.
That's fraud,
Philadelphia
bro.
police.
It was blocking the way. You couldn't see. You couldn't see where you was going. Y'all ever been driving and there's a car, a whole bunch of cars blocking the way, you can't see. You got to turn in an awkward way. Damn. But with a truck, it's crazy.
Who are continuing their investigation into the fatal crash, have stated that the unoccupied tractor trailer Kiona's Uber collided with was awaiting roadside assistance at the time of the incident.
Oh, he didn't
While
even
this
know.
information provides some context, it has done little to calm the growing questions from Kiona's family and the community, who are still grappling with the tragic loss and the uncertainty surrounding the circumstances that led to it. In a heartbreaking post, her best friend wrote the following: "You really broke my heart all over again. Just getting out of church, bringing in the New Year's, and getting that phone call that you're no longer here with me broke me. My sister, my best friend, my heart. Everyone asks if I'm okay. Y'all don't understand how much she meant to me and how many times she was there for me.
That's
December
crazy,
isn't a good
bro.
month for me at all. Losing my mom last December and now losing you this December is crazy. I love you, Kiona Sutton, forever and ever." An Uber spokesperson released a statement saying, "We're incredibly saddened by this horrible crash and are keeping those involved in our thoughts. We're continuing to look into this and are standing by to assist
This
in the
is
investigation."
crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie.
She was close to graduating from nursing school and just bought a house. Her family is devastated and they want answers. Her father spoke with our Steve Keeley.
I spoke to the ER doctor that was in the ER, and I said, "Hey, could you tell me what's going on with my daughter?" They brought her in. Her name is Kiona Sutton. And he said, "Oh, how you doing?" He said, you're the father of Kiona Sutton?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Are you somewhere sitting down?" When he said that, I just...
You already knew.
I lost it.
We're only showing the aftermath of surveillance video we obtained of the crash that killed Kiona 1 week ago this hour, New Year's Eve night, as lots of police, fire department crews, and medics arrived, where 1 week later, lots of shattered glass still fills the spot here along Ogans Avenue, while anguish fills the heart of Kiona's dad, especially knowing that there are signs along this very curving stretch of Ogans that say no truck parking on this street.
And that's crazy that he was literally parked right next to the sign. Like, literally right next to the sign. Like, goddamn.
6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Who was driving that
Kiona
truck?
was a passenger in an Uber at 10:45 p.m. that Philadelphia police say was navigating a bend in a Honda Accord driven by a pregnant woman.
She basically ran under an 18-wheeler that was parked on a residential street. And I guess she died at the scene. That truck shouldn't have been parked on a residential street at all. But the night it happened, she opted out to drive because, you know, New Year's is kind of crazy. So she opted out to drive. She got in an Uber thinking that was the safe thing for her.
That's crazy,
And
gang.
it wasn't.
Fox 29 News spoke with another Uber driver working that night who had passed the same exact spot just 15 minutes before the deadly crash.
There were two large trucks parked at Nidro and Ogans.
Oh, there was two
What was
of
your
them.
thought when you saw that truck there?
Damn.
I thought when I saw the truck there, it was very unsafe. It was very dangerous, and I didn't like it being parked there myself because when I made the turn to Nidro, I had to make a wide turn because you couldn't see around the car.
That's
Tonight
wild.
we saw another truck parked right next to the no truck parking in the street.
God
6 p.m.
damn,
to 6
another
a.m.
one.
sign, sticking out over a marked bicycle lane. Philadelphia
So
police.
why is the truck there? Where 12 at? License plate right there. Get they ass. Like, what?
6 a.m. sign,
I seen that
sticking
red and
out
black
over a
one.
marked
That mug
bicycle
was
lane.
dope. What are you talking
Philadelphia
about?
police, still investigating the fatal crash, say the unoccupied tractor trailer Kiona's Uber hit was awaiting roadside assistance.
They said that it's still an ongoing investigation.
Man, I think that's cap. I don't think it was waiting for roadside assistance, because if there's another truck parked right there a week later, and them two trucks is connected, gang, that means they usually just regularly parked there, bro. That is crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, what? Like, I don't know.
Like, at a loss for words that this situation happened.
813, we're gonna say, Guyana, we love you.
Kiana's funeral was yesterday. She worked at Children's Hospital and was scheduled to graduate nursing school in April. Her family and friends had planned a big celebration then, not to say goodbye forever now, to somebody so young with so much promise.
Damn. That's crazy.
On January 6, 2025, 28-year-old Kiana Sutton was laid to rest in Philadelphia, leaving her family and loved ones struggling with the profound loss.
Wow, it took them almost a month to do that, too.
As they mourn her passing, the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office has stated that the investigation into the tragic crash remains open and active, with authorities continuing to search for answers surrounding the circumstances that led to her death. The tragic death of 28-year-old Kiana Sutton highlights several crucial lessons about safety, responsibility, and the ripple effects of loss.
I mean,
Kiana's decision to take an Uber for safety on New Year's Eve demonstrates the importance of making responsible choices.
Yeah, like, she like, man, I'm lit, man. I'm not about to be here driving. Let me just call this Uber, because I know I'm finna be lit and I'm finna be straight. And that happens in an Uber ride is crazy, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. My mind is blown. I want to know if she slid in the snow. Did somebody else hit her? Like, what happened for her car to fly under the 18-wheeler and that girl to lose her life? Like, that is wild, gang. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, what the hell, bro? That's fried. In the Uber, though, we supposed to be safe in the Ubers. Like, man, bro. Hey, what you was talking about?